Hello everyone. Today we will be reading from a book of fairy tales. This one is The Princess and the Pea. Once upon a time there was a handsome prince who lived in a faraway land with his father and mother, the king and queen of that country. The prince was anxious to marry, but he told his parents that his bride must be a princess. Of course you must marry a princess, agreed the king. There are plenty to choose from. You have only to go and find the one you like best. The king and queen did not think their son would have much difficulty in finding a real princess, and they waved him happily on his way to find his future wife. A few days later, the prince came back again without a princess. The one I went to see was not a real princess, he sighed. A week or so after that, the prince set off again. This time his parents were sure that the lovely princess he went to see would win his heart, but he came back without her. She was not a real princess, he cried. The king and queen began to despair of their son ever finding a wife. One night a dreadful storm blew up, and in the middle of it there came a loud knocking at the oak door leading into the great hall. The king himself opened it. There, standing in the pouring rain, was a very beautiful girl. Her clothes were dripping wet, and her shoes were soaking. Her hair was hanging straight around her pale face, and she was shivering with cold. "I am a princess," she cried. "My carriage has broken down, my servants have scattered, and I have lost them. Will you be so good as to let me have shelter for the night?" "Are you a real princess?" asked the prince, looking at her doubtfully. "Of course I am," said the girl proudly. "She does not look like a princess," thought the queen, "but I know how we can find out if she is telling the truth." And she went into the bedroom, which was being prepared for the unexpected guest. She took the clothes from the bed and placed one little dried pea upon the mattress. Then she sent for 20 more mattresses and ordered them to be placed over the pea. Not content with that, she had some soft feather beds placed on top of the 20 mattresses, and that was where the princess slept that night. The next morning, the queen asked the guest how she had slept. "Very badly indeed," groaned the young lady. "I hardly had a wink of sleep all night. I was lying on something so hard that I must be black and blue all over." At that, the queen smiled happily. "Here at last is your real princess," she whispered to her son. "Nobody but a real princess could have such a tender skin as that." The prince, who had fallen in love with her the night before, begged her to marry him, and the princess liked the prince so much that she was pleased to marry him, and so they lived happily ever afterwards. That was the story of The Princess and the Pea. If you enjoyed that, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more. And thank you for visiting my channel. I hope you have a wonderful